Hey Zen fam, I'm due you guys a correction. I got something very wrong and I need to set the record straight. As you're aware, I have covered the ups and downs of the High Street Store game for many years now, with the shutting of the stores, the loss of the rewards program, and so on and so on and so on. Till when I eventually spoke upon their disillusionment as a high street store. And I thought at that point that game was actually gone. In fact, I think I called it Gone Gonely Gonty Gone. Yeah. Turns out I was not entirely right. Because the small game stores that exist nestled inside of Sports Direct shops dotted around the UK, those still exist. Those are still trading, and those stores are still getting new inventory. They're still even getting like new promotional materials and stuff. I walked into one the other day thinking, what? Nah. So I went into the Sports Direct here in Edinburgh on Prince Street, went in there, and sure enough, the tiny little game store that was there, the one I've featured in past videos, there it was. Quite the thing, still trading away. Days of Play promotional materials around. The lower price for the DualSense Edge was in stock there. It was all kicking off. Admittedly, there was no member of staff, but the stock was there, and there were relevant games. So, technically speaking, game is still in existence, but also crucially, not the full massive stores that we used to have. So if you want to walk into a game store on the 19th of November and buy a copy of Grand Theft Auto 6, you can do that. If you want to have it in a game bag and have that old feel of, yeah, I bought a new game from Game, woohoo, you can do that. What you can't do is do a midnight launch. Those stores are not set up for that kind of thing, and it's not worth the bother for them financially. There wouldn't be enough units sold, and there wouldn't be enough budget to basically have the members of staff in there just for that particular cause, and also the volume of those shops, the tiny size of them, it just wouldn't be safe, it wouldn't be viable. So yeah, they're not going to do that. But if you want to buy a new game or a new set of headphones or controller or whatever else have you, as long as you're comfortable with a smaller store and not as much inventory, then you right now at this minute can walk into a game store inside a Sports Direct. Now you're asking, so how did you get this so wrong, Zenblock? Well, it's quite simple really, because when you hear the term game have gone into receivership and that's what you read online, well then that's what you go off. But what's happened is Fraser Group, the corporate entity that runs Sports Direct and bought Game, bought the name, the rights, the logo, the whole shebang, they basically come in and go, they're the ones that have kept Game going in this smaller regard. So Fraser Group owned Sports Direct, and those little stores are inside Sports Direct stores. So for the few shops that got it, they'll remain there for hopefully a good wee while. So it's not perfect, but it's not nothing. And as I said, I apologise for any misinformation I unwittingly passed out to you guys. But at least you can know that if I make a boo-boo, I come on camera and I correct it. I hold my hand up to it and go, yep, I made a mess of that. That was my fault. Anyway, hashtag support Scottish YouTubers, and of course, as always, I nae bother.